Sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dharma friends, nowadays around the world we mostly experience violence. And it is just not only in one country. When we look that all over the world, everywhere in different ways, everybody experiencing this. And why it happened like that way? Even though we are in this middle of 2020, 21st century, and still we experience this kind of situations. Why it happened? Why you during your time you experience this? Have you ever thought about it? Our ancestors, our grandparents, our parents, they spend their time, they spend their energy, they spend their life to invent a lot of things, good things, and trying to give us a very good life. But ourselves, we are in the middle of the chaos. And how about your children going to experience their future? What you going to give them as the world? Or how about when the next generation come to this world? When they claim you as the elders, you as the past generation. So what are the things that you're going to leave for them? So you have certain responsibilities then. Because the world itself not beyond you. You are the world. So then you have to think about how this is possible, why this happened this way. Because mostly these things happen out of the fear. Deeply everyone have fear, mostly. When you look at the incidents happen everywhere. Everybody have certain kind of fear. Some people fear to lose their life. Some people have fear to lose their what they like. Some people have fear to lose their comfort. Some people have fear to lose their security. So some people have fear to lose their emotions. So some people have fear to lose their desires. Some people have fear to lose their will. Some people have fear to lose their hopes. So like that, the epicenter of this all the chaos is the fear. But from where the fear arises? The fear arises through the sensual desires. When we look for the satisfaction with this eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, and it develops a huge current, and sometimes we don't see it, how strong it is. But that current little by little creates a certain kind of pattern inside us, and that itself, that pattern is the samsara. And once that pattern tangled with the thoughts current, and we cannot come out of it. So whatever our bodily, verbally or mentally action start to go with it, then our very life become like that. That's why this violence underneath because the unrest our heart and come out of the bodily, verbally or mentally actions. That's why everywhere all over the world we experience this violence. So there is a solution for this. The solution is not policing the people, because the police also itself, they have the fear. I used to have some friends, because I used to go to their some meeting, and sometimes I had the discussion. But the very first thing, they also have the fear regarding situations when the incident happen. And because of that fear, they start to get into certain situations. And when you have the fear, you naturally, what is happening, your consciousness disappear. So that is the danger with the fear. But somehow, that all over the world, as people, we all have this fear deeply. Why? Because the huge current we develop from the past few generations, especially after 1980, all these machines and technology came to the world, and the huge waves, the millennia, we start to go with this huge, the current of these emotions, and there was no limit for that until this virus situation happened, and we went through very extreme level of emotional lifestyle. And all the young generation 20 years back, from there to today, all the people then they start to went through kind of like without any break, without any stop, and through very deeply that to a extreme level of emotional current we used to be, and it is inside us. That's why this kind of, when this kind of situation all over the world, this unrest start, and it going to become more stronger in the future. So that's why we have responsibility. You have responsibility as a person, whoever hear this, you have responsibility to recognize yourself, not to feed into that current, and how you yourself can slow down. And when in the ancient time, people used to steal mostly, and people used to do looting, and they go to places, they steal, and that is mostly only food. When they hungry, they steal, and if anybody steals something for hunger, the very next day, the other people used to give something for him. But today, people are not stealing anything because of the hunger. And what happened in that Florida, where you can see that videos online, that these looters came to Walmart, and they start to take everything, but no one touched the food. Everybody took all the electronic items. So why that? See, you're risking your life, and you go, and everyone knows it is illegal, but still you lose the losing your risk. And you go and take all the electronic items, and no one touched the food. What does that mean? Where these people go? And other thing, all the high brand stores, this whole young generation, and they attacked to that, and they took everything, not the food. No one attacked to any food lines. So why? Then you have to understand where the current go, where the people's mind, how it happened, because it happened little by little. And then we are in the huge current with emotional satisfaction through this material world. Not because of the hunger. But in the ancient time, people used to steal things, take things because of the hunger, not because of anything else. But today it's completely different. But this emotional pleasure, we don't understand. It's like a chewing gum. When chew in the beginning, it's feel more good, tasty. But after a while, what is happening? When you keep chewing it, what is happening? Little by little, it start to stuck in your own mouth. And then you feel uncomfortable. It brings the discomfort to you. And then what you do? You take it out, and then maybe you put the bottom of your slippers or the shoes, or maybe you put someone else under the desk. So look, this is the same thing happening with our emotions. And once we become agitated with the sensual pleasure, knowingly or unknowingly. We get into this current, and then later what is happening? We get fed up because of that current, and then we cannot escape from it. We get tired, and then what is happening? The same like you put the chewing gum on the bottom of the slippers or the shoe or the someone else under the desk, or maybe someone else the car or somewhere which you don't like to touch. And the same like that, whatever the current that arises in you, to escape from yourself, what you start to do, you start to divert it to someone else. So it can be your husband, wife, children, friends and family members, brothers, sisters. So then we have to remember, we have to come to a different level of awareness or the understanding. Because the way we developing our life, our young generation as elders yourself, or as young people as yourself, the way we go is not right. Why? Because this is the way that we live our life, and this is the way that we're going to leave this world to next generation in the middle of this 2020. And it's going to become a big mistake. Look at this, how beautiful this life, and how lucky you are to experience this all. And today, you know, the biggest news came that more than 30 the planets that exist in the universe with the aliens. What the point? You know, what the point of you finding aliens? Look at the human being, each other, killing each other and fighting each other, looting each other. You know? And the people have fear to go anywhere. And no one else nowadays and come together. And people slowly, little by little, detach even their own family members. So we have become more passionate regarding thinking about this outside the planet, regarding the universe. But as human beings, we are fail to maintain our own life with the comfort and giving facilities to comfort to other people. So then while you practicing meditation, just remember yourself, you have to have this universal consciousness awareness. You cannot just be separate from this all and just thinking me, just myself, I am be well and happy. No, because someone else exhalation going to become your inhalation. And yourself, when you become yourself alone, the alone very words came when I look at the history of the word, this alone, because alone is more better than lonely. So then I was looking the difference, how the alone became more, because from the human history, when the spiritual journey arise, this spiritual practice arise, from ancient time to today, being alone is a bliss. So I start to look how this being alone became that much beautiful word. Because being alone, this alone word came all in one. When the all in one yourself, you feel more comfortable. That means Tattvamasi, everything I am, Aham Brahma. So like that, different religions, different ways. So they trying to introduce in different ways, in different languages. You are the universe, you are part of this universe, you belong to this universe. When you recognize that yourself, the very first thing that you have to understand, you are so blessed and you are so vulnerable to experience this moment. But at the same time, that other everything inside you, when you become silence, when you become deeply neutral, that is what you recognize. In the safest level, until you attain to tranquility state. Once you get into tranquility state, in the very nature of the tranquility state, you start to get connected to everything. You become harmony. In the yoga, it called Kevalya. In the Zen meditation, it called Satori. And it's other thing is kind of like you harmonize with the universe and connected to the God. This everything come until you attain to the tranquility state. This everything come together. You start to feel this connection. What the Buddhism go deeper than that through the Vipassana. You recognize in that everything, even you attain to that whatever, it is a condition of your mind, and that it always moment by moment change. So that is where you go deeper, understanding the impermanent, and you go. But you never curse any situation. You never criticize any situation. You appreciate more. You appreciate more when you go deeper and you understand this connection. So then yourself, when you practice meditation, you have to be more aware, because all over the world, today a lot of people practice meditation. But look, what is the outcome? People practice yoga, people practice meditation, people do different chanting. But look, what is the outcome? What we see this outcome? You are responsible for that. So then educate your children and educate your partners, educate your husband, wife, educate your friends, because somehow you don't see in a deeper level in their heart, there is a fear. And because of that fear, you have no idea anything can happen tomorrow. So then you have to come out of the fear. So today I'm going to tell you how you can come out of the fear. So before I go to the technique that what I want to explain, I'm going to tell you a story. This is a Greek story. It's come with the deeper philosophy in this story. There was a the marble cutter, the stone cutter in one place. And he was the very best marble cutter, and he know how to cut the marbles and exactly the way the people want. And he do it in a very beautiful way. 100% exactly whatever the people explain, and according to that, he go to the mountain, he take the piece of rock and he start to cut the exactly. It's kind of like the reflection of the replica of the mind, the whatever people want. So then people used to appreciate him so much because of his knowledge. And that way, and there was that the homeless little boy, and going here and there, and then he came to steal something from somebody. And then this person catch this little boy and tied it to a tree and start to beat. So that in that moment, that this stone cutter went through that and asked, what happened? What happened? So then this stone cutter, the other person told that he was stole that tried to steal something. I catch him and I beat him and I punish him. So then this stone cutter was very famous, and he told, give me this child, homeless. And then this person released the child. This child start to go with this stone cutter. And this stone cutter told, you help me. You no need to steal anything. Just help me. I will pay you little by little. So this little boy didn't know anything. And now he start to learn little by little with the great respect towards the person, master. And he became very skillful. And the man told, the stone cutter told him how to recognize, how to look the angle, how to recognize the energy and the strength, and find the balance with the stone, and how to understand the design. Everything in detail he start to teach. This boy learned everything. Now the boys became the exactly copy of this stone cutter. And then while this stone cutter doing this, and one day this stone cutter gave a very beautiful piece of marble to build a temple. And everybody was so happy, and the temple was so beautiful. And the angel that belonged to the temple was so happy looking this, because when the sun rise, the moon rise at night, it's the moonstone and start to shine it. And the angel was so happy, want to reward something to the stone cutter. And then the very next day, the stone cutter was cutting the stone, and then the very next day, the angel went to this stone cutter and asked, is there anything that you want? Because you have done a very beautiful thing. And the stone cutter told, I have a wish in my heart to have a beautiful house and a very comfortable, healthy, the wealthy life. Then the angel told, as you wish, it may come to you. And then the angel disappeared. So the stone cutter used to live in a very poor house, small hut. And when he go back, he saw a very beautiful house. And exactly whatever that he thought, everything was there. And he start to come that appreciate, and he start to enjoy it. He start to enjoy, he forget, go to work and cut the stones. He never thought about it anymore. So now he's work and enjoying the life. And then, but one day he noticed in the front of the house, the footstone is missing. There was not a the footstone, and he thought he want to put a marble for it. And then he went to his student. Now his student take care of that. And he asked from his student, what is good marble for the put stone? And I want to put this, my house is this much bigger, the door is this much, and what do you think? So the student was shocked and asked, I learned everything from you. Why you ask me that what kind of a stone is good for your house? Because you knew everything regarding it. It is a shame for me to tell you, put like this, like that. And the person told, anymore I don't know about it. Anymore I don't know about stone cutting. So the very stories, when you become skillful regarding something, if you look for something else, in that very moment, what you look, in that very moment you lose what you have. So in day-to-day life, when you think, oh, I need that, in that very moment you lose who you are. So then in life, remember that always live a life without asking. Learn to appreciate what you receive. It is very beautiful life. But as lay people, and sometimes it is difficult for you. But still remember, it is not difficult once you know the art of living. Once you know the method, it makes you more beautiful. And to experience these things, you no need to become a monk. Even in day-to-day life yourself, you can experience this. And the very moral of the story, sometimes learn to help other people on the way. And if somebody stealing, remember, and give a certain skill themselves to take care of themselves, and they will come out of it. And the entire world need to educate, schooling our all the young children and young people in a new way, because whatever the education not enough for them to hold them wherever they are. Another thing is that yourself, remember, if you look for something, if you ask for something, you may get it. But at the same time, remember, you may lose who you are. So it is a risk. It is up to you. And what is the technique I'm going to tell you to come out of the fear? Select 1 hour per day. You don't need to do it for whole day. Select 1 hour. And within that 1 hour, remember, without asking anything from anybody, just live yourself. Whatever you receive, learn to accept. Knowingly, that is what you deserve. Don't ask, even from your husband, wife, children, parents, brothers, sisters, friends, partners. Don't ask. Just receive it. Even you have no rights to take, sometimes that we never have right to take from anybody. Even with as a husband, wife, that when you marry, when you read the oath that yourself, when you promise in front of everyone, you never tell that I am going to take from my husband, from my wife, this, that, like that. So it's always you tell you giving, you take caring, you giving. So you have no rights to take. So then yourself, 1 hour per day, start. Don't try to ask anything. Do it for 7 days and see. 1 hour, it may be morning or evening. As example, 9 to 10 in the morning, you decide within this hour, I'm going to live according to whatever I receive, I accept it. It can be words, and it can be material, it can be physical, anything. Whatever you receive, I'm going to accept it. And I'm not going to reject it, and I'm not going to fight with it, and I'm not going to argue with it, or I'm not going to ask about anything. Just accepting. By hearing now, you feel fear. What is that fear? What you feel that fear? From where it came? That is what you have to understand, because it is all over our body. See, what I am telling, just 1 hour per day. But by hearing, some have the fear. And you don't see that fear from where it comes. So it comes because there is something you have fear to lose. So that is what everywhere underneath this world. It's a huge current. It's like a network. You have little bit, someone have little bit, someone have little bit, everywhere. And that is why all the chaos arise. But yourself, start with 1 hour. And no any reason. Be like Socrates. Even you receive the poison in the hour, do it, drink it. Because you deserve it. That's why it come to you. Otherwise, if you not deserve, there is nothing going to come to you. No? So then yourself remember, take a 1 hour, just do it 7 days. It's a beautiful practice, and it never going to take you down. It always, even by thinking about it, it always going to take you to higher level. That's why I'm telling it. And accept it. Learn to accept, no matter what, how hard it is. Take a 1 hour. In that 1 hour, whatever you get, never ask anything. Even with your family members or wherever you go, whatever you deserve, accept it. and try it, and then you will see slowly how the fear going to attack you, and one by seeing it yourself, and the fear going to go away, and that will help you to understand the underneath this all deeper emotions, that the deeper desires, greed, the whole this everything all over the world. That is why it happened like this way. But in this 2020, in the middle of this 21st century, we have power to change this all. That's what I always thinking. It is our responsibility. The tomorrow no need to be like this. Tomorrow need to be a better day. When the day comes for us to leave this world, the world should be a better place. So for me and for you, we all have this responsibility, because we practice the Buddha's teaching. That is the vision of the Buddha. So then ourselves, we have that responsibility. So then ourselves, we have to do it ourselves and practice ourselves. With that practice, if you like, if you try to share it with others, and there is a way that you can heal this world. So I hope you understand this and you get the message. And by this all the practice, may all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you, may no difficulties come to you, may no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavattantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Ittavata cha ammehi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhutanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe sattanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.